My name is Brandon Johnson, and this is my story on Hypercar Development. As you can see, I have a Hypercar Development shop car here, and we're going to get to that. I really didn't want to have to make this video, but after trying over and over again to resolve the issue, Hypercar Development is, I don't know the correct, capable, competent, I don't understand how to express it. You can make your own opinion at the end of the video, but you will understand why I've had to come to this point after this video. I can assure you that. So I decided to buy brand new 570 GT from Boston in August 2017, and I decided to fly there and drive back. And upon arriving there to pick the car up, when I left with the car, and actually not too long after I got in the car, probably within the first 4 hours of being in the car, I started getting messages of everybody asking what I was going to do to the car, things like that, what kind of mods, and I was quickly pointed to Hypercar Development, and I began talking with the guys at Hypercar Development, and we were going back and forth with what their Hyper 800 package, but really I wasn't sold on it because I didn't know if I wanted to go that far into it. I know some people are like, oh, it's not that far, it's just an exhaust and a tune. Well, I've had tuned cars, and sometimes they get out of hand, so really I just wanted an exhaust. And I want you to bear with me. I'm going to have my phone out because I'm going to be going through the text messages. Thank God I communicated with the entire company via text. And I'm going to be going over some key points here. But I wasn't sold on the Hyper 800. Yeah, I know we need some upgraded cooling because the GT's hot, and I live in Louisiana, so it's even hotter here. So I went back and forth with that about the package, and they really wanted to work with me. I know I'd refer a lot of people to them, and it'd be a great partnership deal with them. So we got down to $25,000, and then eventually after I don't know, a week or two, Thad finally said, look, I tell you what, let's do it for 15. Send us the money so we can get the parts ordered. And once we get the parts here in, you can ship the car. So I finally agreed to that, and we were gonna do this full Hyper 800 package. It was gonna be a partnership. I was gonna be traveling with them, going to different places and representing their company. I was very excited about that. I was very excited to be working with a company that I thought was the caliber of Hypercar. Their online persona was great. I couldn't find really any negative reviews. The guys were doing great YouTube videos on their cars and their builds. But I didn't pay attention to the key facts, and that's things like the real numbers. Like, are they really at a track running those numbers? Are they really doing these times? Are they really putting out what these cars say they are? What are these cars running against? The obvious things are not there. So and that's my fault. That's my fault for not, I guess, looking into those things. And I felt for the hype, and I bought the dream that the guys were selling me. So I wanted to believe in these guys multiple times. Even when things started going bad, I sent messages of encouragement to them, and I have no problem sharing these messages. It'd be painstaking because there's so many of them, but I have no problem that anybody has any shadow of a doubt that this is fake, this is made up, this is me trying to help another company, this is me, like this is real. My $25,000 at the end of this is real. It's real, which was initially only supposed to be 15. So I agreed upon 15. I wired the money in early September and waited for Thad. We still communicated every day. It was great. Like I said, it was great. Communication was great. We were going back and forth. We were talking about different things. He kept trying to talk me into colored exhaust tips. I wasn't about that. He tried to talk me into carbon fiber. I wasn't about that. Like, there was so many things. Like, we went back and forth, and the communication was great. It was exactly what you would expect from a shop that you were going to let do your car. So anyway, I finally get a call from Thad. Thad tells me, hey, I've got your exhaust here. It's on the floor. All your piping's in. Everything's in. We are good to go. We're good to set up shipping on the car. Let's get things rolling. So I said, great. It's now mid to end September, and I had an event October 21st, and Thad told me it would take 2 weeks to do the car. So Ply car arrives to pick the car up. Very nice truck, very nice trailer. They had a GTR on there. That was really the only thing noticeable, still in the plastic. I was excited about it. I was happy. I was comfortable with sending my car with those guys. So the car heads out, and everything's going great. So the car arrives. I want to say the 21st of September. The car arrived. So that gives us exactly a month. That gives these guys a month on a 2-week job, which we all know, if you have exhaust, you put exhaust on, you do the tune, you upgrade the cooling, 2 weeks is plenty enough time, especially on a car that's what you specialize in. Now, if I sent you a new car that you've never seen before, possibly. But you are the McLaren experts. I even have that text message, you are the McLaren experts. So, upon them receiving the car, I get a message, or I also sent the message as the car was being loaded up. I took pictures of the car being loaded up, thank God, because we're going to get to that. I sent Dad a message saying there is no damage on my car besides the front passenger wheel has a little bit of curb rash. That is the only damage on my car. My car is brand new. It doesn't have any other damage. We wrapped the car in clear bra, the front of the car in clear bra. Before I drove it home, the car was in it was in new condition, besides the front passenger wheel. Thad gets the car and says, hey, there's a bunch of things messed up on it. So I refer back to the message of, Thad, I sent you the car, everything was perfect, minus the front wheel. He sends me a picture of a huge scratch on my back carbon fiber bumper. He sends me a picture of a scratch on the side rear piece. He sends me a picture of the emergency brake ripped out. So there was multiple things that were done. Thank God I took pictures before, because I actually have the car on the truck, on the top of the truck that I drove it in on, and I took a picture as I backed out. I took a picture, and you can see the back is not damaged. Well, when the truck got there, they took pictures of it when they opened the door, and the car was now on the bottom with the huge scratch. So obviously that happened in shipping. So not going to blame that on Hypercar, so to say, just yet. I'm not, because that is the shipping company. That is on the shipping company. Hypercar did not receive the car yet. But later, upon calling the shipping company, they said that Hypercar signed for the car. Now, Hypercar wants to argue that they didn't, all this. I wasn't there. I don't know. All I know is my car got there damaged. Hypercar shouldn't have signed for it. Whatever. That was them. They shouldn't have agreed to that. Now I have to battle back and forth of this he said, she said. Hypercar said the car was fine when it got there. That's mess up number one. So the next thing is, so the car gets there on the, like I said, the 21st. I'm just gonna scroll and get to that. Let's see here. Trying to get to where the picture of the damage is, so I at least get a spot. Let's see here. Okay. All right, here it is. Okay. So, correction, the car arrived to them on September 23rd, the car got to these guys. So, let's see. So, anyway, the car gets in their shop, they put it in their shop, safely in the shop, send me a picture, great. He tells me that they think that they can try and buff the scratch out on the carbon fiber. Well, that's resin on the carbon fiber. This isn't, they said they could buff it and fill it back in. Well, it's resin, it's not clear coat. You don't need to polish it down and re-clear it and polish it down. That's my brand new car. That is my brand new car. So Thad starts arguing back and forth of how to fix the bumper. I want a new bumper. That is my brand new $263,000 spec 570 GT that I just bought. You don't argue with me on how I want it fixed. So that was a little bit of a niche for me. Second one. So next thing we know, we're at September 27th. And let's see here. They told me that they were running the car on the dyno. So they were going to get the baseline numbers and keep me updated, send me progress. So next thing I know, getting ready to do your baseline dyno pull at 5:27 on September 27th. Not yet, getting ready to do your baseline dyno pull. I'll send you the link to your personal Google Drive folder. I said, yay, take some good videos. Yes, of course. So, next thing you know, nothing. At 6:47, I get a message that there's oil dripping on the floor panel. So, stop right there. Why is there oil on the floor? So, I told him the car was brand new, Thad. There shouldn't be oil anywhere. Investigate, please find out what's going on. I said, I hope the motor is okay. Please inspect anything. His response is, motor is fine. Boston is a newer dealership, so they have to be careful with some of the new dealerships. So, he told me that the car has to pass the first health inspection now. So, which doesn't make sense. You ran it on the, now it's got to pass the health inspection, but, so, next thing I know, I get a picture of it on the dyno October 2nd. So, the car is back on the dyno. I asked him if everything was okay. He said the car was inspected twice. The oil was just from the dealership overfilling the car, so it was overflow. That's where the oil was coming from. They drained the oil. They put the new allotted amount in the car that was supposed to be in there, and now everything is fine, and we're up and running. So, next thing you know, he's talking to me about exhaust tips. Wasn't interested in that. I told him that in the initial build, I didn't want that. They send me a driver waiver on October 3rd. October 4th, I say, how are we doing? The guys are trying to move the race to the 14th. Remember the race that was the 21st, it was trying to get moved to the 14th. Your car will not be back on the 14th. I said, okay, just make sure I have it back by the 21st. Not a problem. Cars on the lift, torn apart, getting close to being put back together. On October 9th, the car is on the lift, getting close to put back together. So, in my eyes, that means the exhaust is on, everything is on, car is going back together. Keep asking for pics, updated videos, anything, nothing. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll get you your link to your Google Drive. Still no Google Drive at this point. We are on now October 9th. Still no Google Drive link. Now he's trying to talk me into if I'm going to send any of the other cars to him. I've yet to see any progress. There's no progress. There's not a single picture of my car besides it sitting on the dyno stop. That's it. That's the only picture I've got. So, Dad calls me and started asking me about, you know, what about these other guys that I'm going to send to him? What about the, so to say, remaining 10 grand? So finally I tell Thad, don't sweat the balance. If it's a big deal, I'll pay it. I don't want any stress or pressure or problems. I just want the car to be right and done on time. Even though they took me 2 weeks, I gave them 4 weeks. I don't want any problems or issues. Thanks, man. Definitely need to do whenever you're ready to ship. So he's saying I need to send the money whenever I'm ready to ship. Bill didn't pay 100% up front, so we're upside down on your car. I want to offer to pay the rest in referrals, but I'm guessing most of these guys are waiting to see your car first. That's exactly what I told him. Nobody's going to be buying anything if we can't show them what's being done. So a few days later, he's back on the money again. So I finally wire him the remaining 10 grand, and I say, get the car done, Thad. Get the car done. October, let's see here. 10th, Manning got it. I asked him for October 11th. I asked him for an update on the exhaust. Send me some pictures, videos, nothing. I'll get it. Never got it. Let's see. Finally, on October 13th, I get a picture of my car apart with no exhaust, just downpipes. That's it. That's it. When he told me the car was being put back together. So, car's not put back together. So, October 13th, let's see if there's anything. Found a dealership reservoir. Oh, they claimed that my reservoir, my fluid reservoir was cracked in the front from the dealership. Again, we're now at October 13th. Remember, it was supposed to be done on the 21st. We're coming up very quick. He also called me and said, hey, we're going to add meth injection for free because we want you to be a